Hey collectors, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Figma number 422, and this is she. And this is actually a really interesting one. I've never seen their boxes like this. Just down here, and then you've got two different faces. You've got the figure itself. So let's have a look. So she's there, which is kind of cool. On the back, you have loads of different poses that she can do and loads of different weapons. And you've got she there. On the top is she with an angry face, and then the same one at the bottom. So let's open up this bad girl and have a look inside. So before we jump into it, if you want to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. As I said, like, this is what you get inside the box, and they really made it kind of deep there, which again, I've not really ever seen when it comes to Figma like this. So it's kind of really awesome to kind of know. So I thought I'd quickly show this to you. Also, when you open the box, it tells you at the top that there is a card behind, and I didn't know this. If it didn't say anything, I would never have seen this. So it's got she here, and then literally on the back it's got different kind of, like, in her, it says school uniform, and it doesn't say anything else. Gives you a little bit of kind of detail about it, but it shows you in a bikini as well as the weapon. So it's kind of cool that you get like an artist card inside this. So I'm really happy, and it's like kind of a nice addition. So this is going to go straight back in the box. So this is what you get with she. You get one stand here. I've had to use another one to kind of keep her up so you can see what you get. And then also you get two faces, her hands, another joint. And then obviously you've got the extra parts of the stand. Now I also think that these come out as well, so you do get the four swords. But let's have a look. And here is she. I've got to admit, I really like this figure so far. I really like the color grade, or the kind of like the grey into pink. I really like her eyes. They really stand out. And I really like on her head there, like the kind of, how do I say, like the headband, the headphones or whatnot, but they look really, really cool. This entire figure is really nice, although you have to use a stand to stand her up. I'm guessing that with the added weight of her weapons, you can make her stand up correctly. But so far, it's I really also like the kind of like the school uniform, the shirt, the emblem there, and also the tie. And then on the side of her arms, if you can see it, let's move that there. You've got the emblem there. That looks really, really cool. It's only on one side, but this figure really stands out because of it, or because of all of it, should I say. So as we move down, we can see the skirt is pretty much exactly the same as all other Figmas, and then we've got the kind of her, I'm guessing, gun belt or something around, or weapons belt just around there. And again, like, the stockings are pretty much as normal. If you can just see at the top here, you see a slight belt, but that's about it. Coming down to these parts here, I really like her boots, or her like shoes, but I have got to admit, the way that they are, it's very hard for her to stand up or even be posed, so that's why there is a stand. But I really love the red and the kind of greys. They work so well with this sort of figure, and because obviously the way that the shoes are built, the joints are at the top here rather than where they normally are, so this is going to be very interesting to see how it works at the very end. It's going to be a little bit harder to see with the stand here, but as you can see here, you've got the back of the shoes, which there you've got the kind of the heels. They work really, really well. I just kind of wish that maybe if they'd flattened it down a little bit rather than what they have here, it may be a lot easier to kind of stand up and have a look. But it looks quite cool. I really like the reds. The reds are absolutely fantastic here and here. It's all good, as well as the kind of here's like you see the back of the stockings, which is pretty much very easy to see. I'm gonna have to hold up the figure here, so I apologize if it goes out of focus, but just around right here you can see the two holes to hold the actual weapons, the different swords, and then you've got her jacket kind of like flaring up at the back, like she's either running, or the fact is that, you know, she's got something else underneath there. Now, one thing is, if you can see what my thumb is doing here, the kind of like the shirt at the back is kind of like open, so it kind of like moves up and down, so that's kind of cool. Let's just see what it looks like when you do it like that. Yeah, so this isn't part of it, it's kind of separate. You've got lines coming down here, and then you've also got kind of hole to hold the back of the figure, so that's what I've been using for this review. And then obviously we can see her jacket going down there with the white stripes. With the back of the hair, we can see that the pink kind of runs down here. We've got the hole where I've just mentioned, you've got the top of the jacket, and then we can see here and here the kind of the the headphones as mentioned. Now there is some sort of slight texture or kind of bumps here, but it's not like, it's kind of flat, which again, I'm not really bothered. It's the front part that we want the most. Let's do the stress test. Now one thing I did want to point out is with her shirt being separate, sometimes it can overlap here just under a bust where you've got the kind of brown like the kind of detail, and it does kind of annoy me. It should have been made a tiny bit shorter, or this made a little bit longer, so it kind of covers it over properly. So it doesn't take too long to sort out, but that was like one thing that did kind of annoy me a bit. But let's have a look at the figure and see what it can do. Now I didn't realize the tips of the toes. I just realized now as I did it, they move. That is kind of awesome. So let's hold it there. Now just be careful, because when I'm trying to move the feet about, it's pointed, so it may hurt. Just be a little bit careful. I don't think that they turn around. I'm not going to bother trying. So there we go. The legs bend just like so, and then the arms do go around all the way like so. The hands do turn just like so. That was a little bit stiff one, but that's fine. Fine. It's a little bit stiff there, so I'm guessing it's not going to go. It does. It feels, now it's loosened up. I generally thought that it was going to snap like we've seen before. Moves up, bends, head turns all the way around, and there we go. So let's have a look at changing the heads or the faces. So I always find it, you take all of it off. I generally thought then you have to take the front of the hair off. So let's change it there. Now, for some strange reason, it feels like they're not going in properly. That really annoys me, because you think they'd be suited. So this one's a kind of a happy face. I don't know, it's meant to be like kind of a, I'm going to kill you type face, or kind of a demonic face. It looks fine. I think that one looks okay. And that's kind of a shouty, like, I'm going to kill you type face. I like that one. I don't know which one I like more. I think maybe the first one, just the kind of generic looking face. That one's probably maybe my second favorite. But yeah, it looks kind of cool for what it is. Here are the swords that you get. Now I really like this because you can open them up like that. You can bring them together. But when you do that, I think the first one, it opened up perfectly. Now, here you've got like, they're on ball joints, so you can move them up and down, whichever way you wanted. So you could effectively have them in different places to kind of really give the figure a different standpoint. Now, I love the fact that you've got like, here is a little bit of metal there, so it's on the joint, and then the rest of it is all plastic. You can take the swords out of the sheath, and they're exactly the same on all of them. So I love that you've got the kind of rugged blade here. Now it is sharp, so just be really careful. Now when you put them back in, you have a small hole here on the actual blade, which corresponds with here. So you won't get them in the wrong way. And it goes in straight away. I really like this. Here you've got the two holes, or the two pegs, to go into the back of her so you can use it. And I think that this does kind of help her stand up a little bit more. So if you don't want to use the stand, you could use one of these. Make sure you use at least two, I think, because the figure won't bend forward or fall backwards. But if you want to use all of them, you can do. One thing I will add is, when I was just having a look at it, is they can bend as well. So you can really add more kind of style at the back if you want to. I think this is a great addition, a nice little touch to it. So yeah, so play around with it. If you've got some really good photos, send them to the Facebook page, because I'd love to see them. And there we go, collectors. There is she. I've got to admit, this is a really nice figure. I really like the weapons mainly. I think that really sells the figure. The only downside, which I've said all the way through this review, is basically the way that she can stand up. I think that if the boots were a little bit thicker or longer or wider, let's just say bigger, I think then she'd be able to stand perfectly, and I think that would kind of sell the figure for me a lot more. I really love the different faces. I really like the color of her hair. I think that really works well. I think this is just a generally really nice figure. Definitely with the swords, it doesn't feel like they can't go in the hands properly. I feel like they're okay. But yeah, so in general, these are really nice figures. I'm really excited to add this to my collection. So collectors, what are your thoughts on this? Do you like the figure? Do you not? Would you get this? Yes or no? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you've liked this video, then like, favorite, comment, and consider subscribing. Check that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And as always, collectors, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.